What's going on, Instagram land?
Are we live?
Hello, SoundCloud. Y'all come on in.
We all the way live.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in with the Tea and Whiskey with Sunshine. I am your host, Sunshine, and we're giving you the uncensored, uncut, adult conversation you can sip to. Hey, hey, hey. I'm so glad that you guys came through. We got a great show for you all on this evening. I have an amazing panel on tonight, and I can't wait to introduce everybody to you guys. But I want to first of all say thank you to all of our viewers, all of our sponsors. We cannot do the show without you. So again, thank you SoundCloud, Google Play, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Facebook, YouTube. We're on Twitter now. Tea and Whiskey with Sunshine.
Tweeting?
We tweeting.
We tweeting?
We tweeted and twiddling. Tweet. Yeah! Yeah!
We all the way live, baby. Let's go ahead. Oh, I'm back.
That's how we do. I try to be serious.
Yes.
It just doesn't always work out that way. It just
big,
doesn't.
I'm a monkey in the wrench.
So we just walked over here. You got your boy Walter.
Walt G. What's going on?
Yes. And then we have the amazing. We're going to let him introduce himself. Tell everybody who you are.
Just a brother trying to get there. Honestly. Well, my name is Apostle Glenn Williams, and I think I'm going to just bring another view to the topic this evening.
Is you?
Yeah.
I'm so excited, y'all. We got Apostle Williams in the building, and we're so excited to have him here. And we got a great show, guys. We're going to talk about single and sick of the mingle. Are you single? Single?
Are you available for me? Hey. I've been watching the way you move. You're so smooth.
Allegedly.
Hey. I love the way you move, girl.
Come on, Walt. Come on with the buzzer.
Walt G, everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
Cheers.
Cheers. Hey.
Clink, 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 clink.
Hey.
Listen, I thought I was the only one with the musical Tourette's, but
Nope.
there's another.
And another one.
And I feel so grateful that I'm not by myself in this weirdom. So moving forward, we got a great show. Again, like I say to you guys, I'm going to start out with a random question. Okay.
So the topic again, please.
Single and sick of the mingle.
Okay. My question is, what birthed this topic?
Okay. I'm so glad you said that because I totally forgot about this. Honestly, like... There's a serious epidemic that I believe we as people who were either married or divorced, been there, done that, but actually learned your whatever you had to learn from it. There's something that we're not sharing with those who desire marriage, who desire successful, healthy relationships. Healthy relationships is like, it's almost like extinct. I feel like there's so much fake, it's social media and, everything is so impersonal. Nothing is just, there's no personal contact. Everything is text message or, DM, instant message. There's just no real connection anymore. And so I feel like it's hard to have real connection if you're not making real connections.
So we've gotten away from the basics.
Yes.
The basic human being needs.
Yes. And we won't acknowledge these basic human needs. Now, some of us may not know that we need them because, we're in a society where I don't need nobody. I'm independent and I got this. I got my own house. I got my own car.
And there's nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong at all.
There's nothing wrong.
But people have grown to be so, I guess, to become loners or because of what they've experienced with previous relationships, maybe not knowing how to heal or just keeping up walls, whatever the case may be. And also learning how to differentiate a toxic friendship or relationship versus a healthy one. Sometimes we can't differentiate the two because we're just we're such in need for something. We'll just hold on to whatever we can and take whatever we'll take for the sake of
settling.
Yes, settling. So that's what brought this topic on, because there's a hunger for it, and there's a need for it, and I've been in that place before, and I was able to go through it, and I want to be able to help somebody else.
With that being said, though, there's nothing wrong with being single.
Absolutely not. And that's what I also want to pinpoint as well. There is nothing wrong with being single. To me, being single is like one of the best places you can be, because you're getting to know you.
That's what that time is.
And people don't understand that. That's why I want to have this show and talk about that.
Okay.
Yes. That was a great question. I love it.
Bring it to the lights.
Bring it to the light.
And let it shine.
Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
That's what we do.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, church, say amen.
Amen.
Pass the plate.
Pass the plate.
Yeah, we can just drop the
Pass the
mic
piece.
like
Okay.
they used to do.
Like they used to do. I can't do it. Not today. Random question. All right, here we go. Let's see. Would you rather... Okay, here we go. If you had a warning label, what would it say? We're going to start with you, Walter.
Man, I just go off kilter. I'm like that. Like I said earlier, I'm a monkey in the wrench. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know what you're gonna get out of me. I'm kind of spontaneous. I just say, I have my good days and bad days. I won't say moody, but I have my good days and bad days. But for the most part, I just got a sense of humor. It's just off.
So your warning label will be warning, sense of humor, and you may be off.
Yeah, exactly.
And you may do the fan.
Yeah, all the time.
Hold on.
Nah, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay.
See? Once again, you didn't see it coming, did you? That's the whole thing.
My listener audience, y'all, he loves this fan.
That's just how I am. So I'm gonna do things that you like. Did he just do that? Yeah, he just did.
He did it.
He just did that.
Did it well too.
Doing it and my bad, bro. Okay. My bad.
I know you were going.
Yeah.
LL Cool J.
Yeah. I just heard him earlier, so my bad.
Yeah. All right, Apostle. If you had a warning label, what would it say?
Probably caution.
Caution what?
All subjects.
What?
Proceed with
Are being
caution.
monitored. Yes, all subjects are being monitored.
Ooh.
I like that.
Because I have to be careful where I go and what I do with whomever.
That's real. That's real.
One of the things that I've learned that I can't just hook up with anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, and I'm not a fake. I'm not a shaker. So
there's no
I'm
microphone.
very careful.
There's no microphone.
You just drop the mic.
Yeah.
Drop the mic.
Okay. I'm gonna drop that
one.
I'm gonna drop that.
And that's me. That's just
100.
me. If it don't fit, then don't force it.
Yes.
Seriously. If it don't fit, and that may be where some people are.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, just going along with it.
That's a good segue.
So.
You're so right about that. That's the truth.
That's a good segue. Damn.
So you have to just warning, you're being watched.
All subjects are being.
All subjects are being. Say it again. All subjects are being monitored for quality assurance.
Exactly.
Yes.
Seriously.
I love it. If I had a warning label, what would it say?
PJ? No, I'm just kidding.
Right. Yeah.
100. Let's be 100.
Beware.
Be 100. 100. Let's be 100.
I'm gonna let her answer and I'll answer it.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna say warning. There will be extreme amount of laughter and a whole lot of weird faces made, because you may not understand what's going on at the beginning. But if you just hold on for a second, wait about 15, 20 minutes, let it kick in, and it'll all make sense to you.
Let it simmer.
Let it simmer.
Let it simmer.
Call me
You said
Pop
that's
Pop.
unprofessional.
Let it simmer.
Yes, I love it. So that was so great. Like, I have one more question for y'all, because this is just really good. My next random question is, Would you rather freeze time, or would you rather go back in time?
Oh, that's easy.
Okay.
Go back in time.
Why?
88 miles an hour, baby. Get that DeLorean fired up. You know what I'm saying?
Back to the
See, there you go. You already, you know about my sci-fi. Cheers. You already know what it is, baby. See, I go back to 1997.
Come on, 97.
And I'll go back and I ask myself, before I go on this date with this girl who's happy to be my baby mama,
Oh,
are you
Lord.
sure?
Oh,
Are you
Lord.
sure, OG?
Oh, Lord.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Okay.
You know, because remember, I was the third. See, I was the third wheel. I was supposed to hook up with this girl, but my two homeboys knew the two homegirls who brought the third girl, so we already knew who was gonna get with who.
Okay.
I just didn't know we was gonna go that far. You know, because she was ignoring me at the Waffle House, and we went to go see Scream 2. I remember it to the T. And I noticed they were having a hard time, so I'm like, you know, one of us gotta make it.
Mm-hmm.
So, the birth of a G, I just said, you know what, can I call you sometime? And 21 years later, September 26, 1988, my child will be 21.
Well, all right
And
then.
here we are. So, yeah. So, I will go back and be like, all right, Walt, now make sure. Make sure. You know, just because you saw dead presidents doing what they're doing, because you know they were getting on, don't mean you do the same thing.
Right.
Yeah. I just 100.
Yeah.
I just 100. So, and then of course, and then just going back in time and just kind of seeing how things evolve. I don't know, PJ. You know, would you want to go back in time with me and we create Facebook or YouTube, man?
Sounds good to me.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking to myself, why did I not create that?
Yeah.
What was I doing?
Create something else.
PlayStation, whatever. I'm just saying. So yeah, I'm trying up that 88 miles an hour, get a gigawatt,
So
lightning bolt.
you go back to the future.
Yes, I would, in a minute.
Okay.
Yes,
What about
it
you?
would.
Would you want to freeze time, or would you want to go back in the time if you had the power to do so?
What does freeze time mean?
Stop it.
Stop it.
Like stay in that moment?
Like y'all ready to
You're
freeze?
you're the only one moving. Everything else around you is frozen.
So freeze.
Superpowers.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to move, but everybody and everything around you, it's like time doesn't exist. You're
You
outside
can stop
of time.
time for that particular moment to do whatever you wish to do at that particular time, or you can just reverse time and say, "Let me fix this," and then, okay.
Well, honestly, I think all of us wish that we could go back and do some things.
Oh, yeah.
Straight up, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, for some of us, that's how we got to where we are.
Oh
It's real.
yeah.
That's real.
Because it
That's
took those situations and those issues to
Mhm.
shape and mold us into who we are today.
Who we are today.
You know,
That's real.
So
That's real.
I'm good with Glenn.
Okay.
You know, I'm
Be
serious.
good.
I'm
Yes.
good. You know, and if God is good with Glenn, I'm good with Glenn.
I
you
know that's right.
So
Amen. Preach.
I have to be good with
You
Glenn.
have to be.
You know, otherwise then that's gonna cause other issues. So,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm good.
That's great.
Seriously.
That's really good. I would say that I would probably freeze time. Just so I could, like, you know, if I got to fart or. I'm just being real. If I have to fart. Wait a minute, everybody! Freeze! Okay. Alright, go. You know, just stuff
I
like
would
that.
fail.
Or, like, I love the DVR. I love the DVR. Like, you can actually freeze TV.
Mm-hmm.
You can pause like an actual show and go to the bathroom, get you a snack, or if you gotta go
You know
run up to the store, come right back, and you can hit play. The show, hey, I don't have to work, and I can I love that.
Okay.
So I would probably just stop time
You
just
hit-
for.
You hit something. I
Where you
wish
say
I could
that?
do that at my job. Like before I go to lunch, hit the freeze button, and then I take a 2-hour lunch, but I come back in an hour or something like that. I come back when it's time to go, as if I never left. Man.
See, now you're using it for evil. You have to use it for good. Well, you know,
Remember,
that
remember
wasn't
the
the
warning.
question.
Remember what I said?
That wasn't the question.
Remember the earlier question?
Yeah.
If there's a warning on the face, did he just do that? Yes, he did. See, remember. 100. I'm 100. Hey,
That is hilarious.
that's just, you know, I'm just saying.
Okay, so I think that's awesome. Y'all were hilarious. So we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into the hot toddy. everyone's been talking on Instagram, Facebook, all over the internet about Ayesha Curry. You know, she was the wife. She is the wife of the basketball player Stephen Curry, and she was on the Red Table Talk talking about how she has some insecurities, how her husband has all these women being thrown at him. Well, probably. Oh. Allegedly. And so she feels somewhat insecure because she feels like, you know, she's not receiving attention from, you know, the opposite sex. So the internet just kind of just really just went in on her. They were just like talking about, well, she's insecure and why she has money, why would she feel that way? She just hoes want to be hoes. I'm like, why did they have to go there? And these comments came from men. So I want to ask the men here, based on what she said, we'll start with Walter. What do you think about that? I mean, do you think what she said was bad, or do you think she was just being honest about how she felt?
No, she's being honest. I mean, the thing is, though, you know, I think some things might hit home. You know, maybe she witnessed it too much, but of course she knows what she got. And of course, and I'm not faulting her, but of course she knows what she got into with, you know, being married to a superstar player, you know, and he's winning championships and things of that nature. But, you know, only thing, I guess one of the things that can prove or kind of reverse that would be what we talked about earlier. How if all the finest looking women that look like Claire Huxtable and thick as all the outdoors approached him and he turned them down, then she'd be like, okay, I mean, I know they approach him, but my man is so loyal to me that all them other bras don't matter.
So you're thinking that it's because he's not showing her, or he's not making her feel secure? Is that what you're saying?
I think it's more or less, I don't know if he's not doing it, but I think that there needs to be more in-depth talk, you know, and I think after the season's over, definitely just kind of get away. Just kind of get away from it all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do think that, of course, and I think she just felt with a lot of women, you know, maybe got a little jealousy, and that's okay. But, you know, like we talked about earlier, keep in mind, as you know, Deion Sanders said this great. As long as you're hot, the fans will keep blowing. The moment you get cold, stop playing, can't play, no good, now you know who your real friends are. Because now you're not hot no more. And the fans ain't blowing no more. So eventually, you know, Father Time beats us all. So I get you like, well, what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is when he's no longer Stephen Curry and he's just a former player or whatever, you know, who gonna be there when, you know, you're not that guy, his wife is. And then he's mature enough to know that, then she has nothing to worry about. But I think they're just not at that level yet. And of course they're a young couple too. But, you know, but that just comes with the territory. You know, success, power, like we said earlier, is gonna bring people to you, but only the genuine people will be there and be there for you when you fall off, or you know, of course, keep you humble. But no, I don't think she has nothing to worry about. I just think she just need to reassure that this is part of the package. You know, this is what comes with the territory of being married to a superstar.
Yeah. Now, I'm sure she probably knows that, but you're still human. You have those feelings and those thoughts.
True, but now, well, like we said, like me and Glenn were talking about earlier, if he missed that final shot that could have won the game, how popular are you now? How good are you now? Because now you're the bad guy. Because you missed the shot that you should have made, that you've been making for the past 10 years.
Not up 10.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, and I know people are like, well, it don't matter. Well, the better you are, usually them paychecks kind of dictate that. So this is a lot of things that kind of, you know, you just got to separate fact from fiction, if you will. You know, so she's good. She's human, like you said. So I have no issues with it. Just Stephen Curry, if you're listening, understand. Just tell your woman, look, they're fans. They only blow when I'm hot. You're gonna be here before, during, and after the show is over.
That's everything, and I love that. That's everything. I really love that. So if you guys tuning in now, we're talking about how Ayesha I think his name is Aisha
You
Curry.
said.
Had the interview with the Red Table Talk about her insecurities and what have you, and how the internet just really just made her. It wasn't pretty, and a lot of people took it out of content. So, Apostle, tell us, how do you feel about this situation in regards to how what she basically admitted? She admitted that she was insecure because he had all these ladies in his face, and she doesn't have guys in her face. It makes her feel like she's not pretty. So, how do you feel about that?
Well, I'm sure that there's a lot going on that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Some of these issues could stem from her childhood, growing up, or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're a very young couple. So you have to take into account, when did all this stardom come about?
Yeah.
Because maybe she wasn't ready for that. Maybe she got thrust into it.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't know how to handle it. But it is so unfortunate that a person cannot be honest enough to say that I need some help in this area, and we as other human beings not support her.
Thank you.
Because I promise you, I always have a saying, if you're breathing, you're dealing with something.
You're dealing with something. And just let's know you're
so
alive.
Put yourself in Aisha's place.
Oh, yeah.
If you came and needed some help in some areas of your life, would you want that to be what happened to you?
Exactly.
No,
you
wouldn't.
You have to put yourself in that person's shoes.
Yeah.
I had to keep
Absolutely.
100. I had to bring the fan out because I was just too real. I couldn't flop on that one. I had to just
But seriously,
slowly, and then slowly put it back, because that's 100. We can stop. We can stop the show right there. Show's up here.
Yeah, it's been real. Thank you guys.
Because that's 100. That's 100.
Yeah, it's real, man.
Yeah.
Because
100.
we're all people. None of us are perfect. All of us are missing something.
Absolutely.
And it takes each one of us to help each one of us.
But
we
live in a
So why we
society
can't
where
do that?
people think, oh, well, you got money, you have power, you have all these things, so you should be good. Your insecurities, all that just goes away when you get all this stuff, and that's not the case.
Sunshine. Money don't fix it.
No, it does not.
Money just gives you certain privileges.
It gives you ways
That's
to cover it up.
It gives you certain privileges. But I guarantee you, there's some people that have plenty of money that will give it up for
one day
somebody to love them.
Yes.
Peace of mind.
I guarantee you that somebody that have money will give it up for health.
Yes.
Okay, I'm done. That's it.
I
You can just
mean,
go
he's
ahead.
out. He's out. He's
But
out.
we're real. We're talking real though, right?
I'm just.
Listen, he had to go get his mule. Hold my mule. He about to shout.
But we're talking real talk.
What's going on, Bethany? Hey, Mashika. Thank y'all for joining us. But yeah, we're talking about the Aisha Curry. I mean, it just blew up the internet for the past 24 hours, and people have been talking crazy. And so it's so funny because I did not know about this article. I didn't know anything about it until somebody brought it to my attention. And they were like, they said, April. I was like, yeah. They said, you're married, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm married. Yeah, last time I checked, I was. Yes, I'm married. I'm just kidding.
PJ.
Oh my God.
I said PJ, like, wait, what?
Y'all should see how the IT department looking like, what? Yeah, right?
S-O-C-K-S?
We good over here, sir. But I was like, yeah, I'm married. And she was like, okay, have you read the article? So I read the article and I was like, wow. And I started looking at all the comments that people were saying. She said, am I tripping, or are people just really, really just over exaggerating and just really like not understanding where she's coming from? I said, they're not understanding where she's coming from. I mean, because if you are responding to her vulnerability as trying to get attention, or I mean, first of all, you have to understand the show. The show is called Red Table Talk. You have Jada Pinkett Smith, her mom, and her daughter. They're having real women conversation. They're talking about things that you just don't talk about amongst women, because women have always been taught to compete against each other, and to, it's out there. We've always been pinned against each other. This is actually a safe place where women come together and they talk amongst each other and they work out each other's issues, or they help each other. It's sisterhood. It's beautiful. So when you understand the place where she was in a safe place to speak her piece and talk about how she felt. And like you said, it's a shame that she could not have that space without being judged or ridiculed, because as soon as if she was fake about it or lied about it, y'all wouldn't, she's lying, she's not keeping it 100%. Well, she's keeping it 100%, and look how she's being treated. It's horrible.
You know, and I just wonder, the people that made the comments, the negative comments, that were talking about, she got all this money, she got all this, and she got all that. That has nothing to do with her as a person.
Nothing, because I told her, I said, the lady that showed me the article, I said, I know exactly how she feels. When you get to a certain, I told her, I said, you know, you're married or you're in a relationship, you get comfortable, it's normal, but at the end of the day, the same way men love their ego stroked, women do too. And I said, I think it's unfair that if a woman wants her ego stroked, she's considered a whore. Or she's, you know, everything other than, or she's just insecure. You know, and my thing is, we all have insecurities. Really? We all do. We all have our areas where we're weak in and we don't want to show those vulnerabilities. And that's why it's so important to just embrace each other, because you have no idea when she spoke that, who she helped.
Or how many other people just sighed
at
that because somebody spoke for them.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and that's the unfortunate part. Why didn't she get those comments?
Exactly.
Why was it so negative that people were tearing her down instead of this woman being vulnerable and opening up? And people not supporting her.
Because of her status, because of the fact that she has money, and they feel like, well, look where you are, look what you have, you should be good.
But she's still a person with needs.
She's still a human being with needs.
She's still, that money did not fix her problems.
No.
It probably added to them.
It just gave her a bigger house and more stuff to deal with it in.
Well, because if you're already lonely, and then you're in a bigger house,
you're gonna be real lonely.
You know, if you only had a few friends in the first place, now you got all this status. Popularity. Those people, they're not gonna talk to you pretty much because they think that you're up there somewhere else and you just want friends.
And I also want to pinpoint, you're right, you're absolutely right. And I also want to pinpoint that she mentioned about how her husband is having all these women thrown at him. They throw themselves at him. But let that check stop. Let him stop playing ball. That's why they're throwing themselves at him. It's because of what they think they can receive or they can get. So if you really understand and recognize the reason behind a lot of stuff and find the root behind it, you won't really be bothered. You might be bothered a little bit, but if you do a little research and dig deep, okay, that's just okay. Yeah, she just gonna go ahead. She can say what she want to say, but at the end of the day.
Now, this is not to say that he's not doing his part.
Exactly. That's
she just said she had insecurities.
Yeah, she never said that he is the reason why.
Exactly.
And that's what happens. Everybody's interpretation and perception of what she said just went haywire. I got it because I'm married. I get it. I totally get it. And if you've ever been in a committed relationship, you should get what she was saying. If you've never had that, you're speaking out of ignorance. And when I say ignorance, I mean lack of knowledge. Period. So that was great, guys. We're gonna move forward because we can talk about that all day long.
Cheers!
Cheers! Okay, so speaking of the whole cheers thing, of course, you know I had the birthday party last week, and so one of the games we played, it rolled on him, and he had to say cheers the remainder of the game until the game was over, until it was his turn again. So I think he still think he has to say cheers, which I'm here for it. So whenever we say cheers, cheers it up. Everybody's coming on in. How y'all doing? We got hey Felicia. How you doing, Nicomo? And hey, Mr. Bethany and Mashika still in. We're talking about single and sick of the mingling. Are you single? Are you sick of the mingling? We're going to talk about that. Let's just go ahead. But before we do that, let's talk about movies and TV shows with Walter.
Well, all right. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so here's some movie buzz news. The Avatar sequels have been pushed back.
Why?
Production. So basically now, Avatar's supposed to come out next year. 2, that is Avatar 2.
We can wait.
It's gonna come out to
we can wait.
It's been what, 2009?
Anybody waiting?
Hey, PJ, you in a hurry, bro?
Is it important that Avatar we can wait. We can wait. It's okay.
That's what came out in 2009.
Something like that. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. So
It's a great movie.
So I'll be 50 by the time they're over. 2021 Avatar 2, 2023 Avatar 3, like December. 2024, 25-ish Avatar 4, and then 2027 Avatar 5.
Or we could just go ahead and make Avatar 2 and blow the whole planet up and be done with it.
Okay,
They're
you
underwater
sit-
this time.
You sit down.
They're underwater this time. It'd be kind of hard to do that now. They're underwater.
What were they trying to get? What was that?
The
Tree. The spiritual tree. Yeah. Man, they're
But
trying
what
to
was
destroy
it
all that.
called? It was.
They had some type of.
I don't want to call it vibranium.
Was it?
I-
Something like
No,
that.
that's different. Totally different. Totally
But
different.
it's almost the same thing.
No, it's not vibranium, sweetie.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the whole concept of the movie. I'm sorry. Go ahead. This is your thing, Walter.
No. We're gonna put you on
I
game.
don't know.
We're gonna put you on
Shout
game.
out to everybody on Facebook listening and watching. Thank you for tuning in, Glenn and Allende. Thank you so much.
She could ask what's in y'all cups.
Mashika said, "What's in the cups?" Well, they had tea. I had tea and
Drink my
whiskey.
cup.
Tea or whiskey, and they just have tea. Okay, go ahead, Walter. I'm sorry.
No. We didn't put you on game about the Marvel and the superheroes. We won't put you on game about.
I
that.
just know that
We
you
need to bring
cannot
you in.
leave
We
after
bring
the
you
credits
in.
roll. You need to stay.
Correct.
Yeah, pretty much.
That don't learn.
Now,
Correct.
The Avengers. Emotional moments. We're not going to talk about the spoilers because some of the audience may not have seen that yet. But they are going to branch off into other characters that have not been brought up yet.
Okay.
So now, of course, I gotta give out to the first successful Marvel movie ever, Blade. Shout out to Wesley
Blade
Snipes.
is a Marvel movie?
Blade was the
Yeah.
first
Yes,
Marvel
yes.
movie
Hey, I just
ever
haven't
made.
seen
Ever
it.
made.
No.
That was the first successful Marvel movie ever made.
Wasn't he the first black African American Marvel character?
Is it black or African American? I'm just kidding.
Depends on which side of the trash.
No,
you
it wasn't. It was The Dark Knight.
That's Batman.
That's Batman.
He's white. Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne. Okay.
I think the first black one was Black Panther.
The Black Panther.
Okay, I don't know, moving
yeah. but the point is, I mean, they're thinking about bringing him back, Blade, back into in the mix.
So it's gonna be what, Blade 6?
Blade 4, actually.
Okay, I was close.
Close enough. But they're in talks because he is with Spider-Man, he is with the Avengers and all, and but
so have you seen it?
Which one? The Avengers?
What are you talking about?
The Avengers?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you give it a rating on? How many stars or bars do you give it? Or bars and quasars?
4.8. 4.9 out of 5.
Okay, that's pretty good. So you recommend it?
I highly recommend it.
Okay.
Highly recommend it. Now, don't watch anything. Don't watch the Spider-Man trailer that just popped out yesterday. Don't watch that if you haven't seen the movie.
Because it's gonna spoil it?
Yes. Big
Okay.
time.
Don't watch the Spider-Man trailer, guys. It'll spoil the Avengers.
It'll spoil the Avengers. And of course, you got other movies slated to come out too. Of course, I already talked about Bill and Ted 3 coming out.
Why? Why?
Keanu too old, and that boy is too.
Why?
Yeah. It's already
Probably
slated.
can't even fit in that booth no
What
more.
is the probability of seeing
Do you remember
that?
that, Glenn? Bill and Ted Excellent
Yes.
Adventure?
Yes.
Man.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
Man.
And bogus.
Bogus.
Yeah.
Naughty man, y'all.
Oh, no, we're not doing that tonight.
Whoa, dude, man, y'all. Y'all, man, y'all.
Okay, so what about the Star Wars? You want me to watch this trailer so bad,
Okay.
and I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
Wait
see-
a minute. Did you finish?
The Avengers?
Avengers?
Yeah, I mean, basically, you saw it too, so.
Oh, you
I mean,
saw
we
it?
didn't. Yeah, but I mean,
what
I
stars?
don't.
You give
I
me
mean,
stars?
yeah, he saw it too.
I think I watched it up through Endgame. I haven't seen Endgame.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I watched all of them,
Oh.
But you haven't seen the most recent one.
but I
okay.
haven't seen the most.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I know. I mean, like I said, you might bring some tissue, feel some type of way at the end. We all know that all the characters come back, but it's how they get to that point. It starts off a little slow. Now, let me tell you this though. This is very, very important. Matter of fact, I'm about to do this right now. Let me tell you about bathroom breaks and during the movie when you can see it. So, as you know, this is a 3-hour movie.
Oh,
and they
hell.
put out bathroom breaks, the perfect time to use the bathroom while watching the movie.
They do intermission?
No, it's
Oh.
straight. So, when Hulk starts eating food, a little bit after during that moment, a little bit after that, you can go use the bathroom. When they show San Francisco, or they're in I think Jersey or whatever, you can go use the bathroom. When Tony Stark, which is what I did, is talking to his dad, you can go use the bathroom. Now the last hour and a half, you better bring a diaper. You better bring a diaper, because you're not going to want to miss it at all. And there's
Just
a whole
don't drink
lot of-
anything.
Well, let me tell you what I did. 100. It was raining. And when I get wet, I gotta pee. But anyway, cheers. So you know, I'm gonna hit him with a hey. Hit him with a he. So anyway, so I went to Whataburger because it was across the street. I'm gonna meet my homegirl. So I went against my own rule. I had a barbecue chicken sandwich and a little bit of tea, but I didn't fill it up all the way. I just drink just a little bit. And I was like, okay, let me force myself to use the bathroom, right? So I did. I'm good. You know, I'm shaking, right? I'm good. Like this. I'm good. Okay. I'm good. Oh man, I feel it coming. You know what I'm saying? And so then, so I went into the part with Tuna and I asked myself, did I miss anything? Like, no, they're just talking. Okay, cool. Because I knew what they told me. So bathroom breaks during this movie, or just eat 2 hours ahead of time, is very important, y'all.
So bathroom before you go, and go to the bathroom
or certain times when you can.
When you said when the Hulk is eating.
When the Hulk is eating,
and
when they show San Francisco, they show San Francisco, you can go, or Jersey, whatever it is, you can go, but do not go an hour and 30 minutes or an hour into the movie.
Okay, what about Star Wars?
Rise of Skywalker. So
is it out yet?
December 2019.
Wait.
So basically,
until December.
Yeah. So, but they're already doing the trailer because May 4th was Star Wars, and then they just had the Star Wars celebration and all that stuff.
Okay.
May 4th be with you.
There you go. Yeah, boom. So now basically they're okay. None of y'all seen Star Wars? How many of y'all seen Star Wars? Any of y'all? All, I mean, who's really deep?
Make it quick, bro. We haven't seen it.
All right, so because I can't do spoilers, so somebody from Return of the Jedi is coming back. I'm just gonna go say that. We're gonna go see. I saw that. Corinthians. Yeah, we are about to drag her. About to do the scorpion. Get over here. We're gonna do it.
Fatality.
So, yeah, you go.
I ain't going to
Scorpion. But
go
anyway,
ahead.
there's some people there who thought were dead but came back. I don't know if this means the rise of somebody might coming back that might have died, other than the other guy that might have died.
Aren't they all dead?
No.
Princess Leia's still alive?
No, her character's dead.
Okay,
So
now it's interesting. No, it's interesting you brought that up. Because they're not going to do CGI. They're going to use the deleted scenes from Force Awakens into this movie. So they're not going to do any CGI.
What is CGI?
CGI is, okay, have you...
Oh, Lord.
Computerized generate, exactly. So, like, have you seen... I guess I'm
You're
like
talking
Avatar,
about
Avatar,
whenever,
basically.
like, what's his name?
Computer-generated image, which basically means...
Like this 3D image, and they left a message for her, like in that...
Exactly. Like Shrek. Shrek was CGI.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't... There's no real ogre, so they just put a guy in a suit and just computer-generated the whole thing.
Or Avatar.
Oh, y'all go over my head. So, the Star Wars... y'all, I'm sorry.
Okay, we're gonna go see it.
Chewbacca,
Oh, that's right.
Chewbacca died.
Well, then they got a new Chewbacca, of course. He retired. The old Chewbacca appeared made who died, retired on the Force Awakens. There you go. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but we gotta show you the trailer.
That's why I stopped watching the movie Star Wars. I just got sick of hearing Chewbacca cry.
Chewbacca?
Whatever his name is. The
Is that
hairy man
is that Tupac
Chewie.
Is that Tupac mixed with Chewbacca or something like that? Chewbacca. I love these hoes, bro. Oh my God.
I got sick of that.
You doing really good too.
So what do you give Star Wars?
Hey. Well, the teaser, I give it a 5 because it looks good. I'm gonna show it to you. We're gonna watch it one day.
I got sick of that. I was so sick. I mean, I tried my hardest to watch Star Wars. I mean, there were some really great points. It was really great, but that That one, I forgot. It was either the 6th or the 7th one.
Question.
I was done.
Question: are you going to Disney World? Are y'all
I don't know.
Are y'all going to Disney World? Anybody going to Disney World? Well, you know, Star Wars Land is coming, so yeah.
Oh. All right, thank you so much, Walter, for your movie review.
What was that? what was that?
Moving on. No, but thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Shabaka said his last words.
Is that the moves you make when you with your man?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Hey, that's the moves you make when you with you.
Ain't it?
No.
You ain't it.
You ain't gonna be able to do that. No.
I use the bathroom.
All right.
No, that's that grab gas.
Okay. Use bathroom break.
All right, so we're gonna jump right into.
Intermission.
Walter always gotta lead a set.
Yeah, right.
Damn.
Man, see, I didn't see. Yeah, I know. Man.
Don't fart.
Not good.
All right, you guys. So, single and sick of the mingle. So here we go. This is a subject that I really wanted to bring up because it's something that I believe everybody in this room has dealt with or experienced and have been able to work through some things. Mr. Mister say hello, everyone. Hope you all are having a great night. Hey, Mr. Mister. It's even better now that we have you on the line. All right, so one thing I want to say with dating in 2019, is marriage still a goal or aspiration for people? I did a poll on Facebook and Instagram, and I wanted to know if marriage was something that people were still considering as an aspiration or a goal. So on Facebook, 75% said absolutely, and 25% said absolutely not.
Okay.
So there's a high probability with Facebook.
You gotta refuel.
He just doing this thing. He just doing Walt over there.
I'm doing the G thing. I'm G'ing it up,
He
baby.
just
I'm
doing Walt
gonna
over
G
there.
it up. I'm gonna G it up.
Excuse Walter, y'all. No, you good. Okay, and Instagram basically was like 100% no. We are not considering marriage at all. And so I thought about it. I said, okay, so here's the thing. I believe that if you really want this healthy relationship or you want marriage, I believe that it's possible. The issue is we entertain people who don't want the same things that we want.
Okay.
For the sake of not being alone.
Okay.
So I also wanted to bring Apostle on the line because he made an interesting point. So one thing he said, I'm going to quote what he said verbatim. Women have the power, but we just don't know we have the power. Can you explain that, please?
Ladies.
Do the same thing you did to that woman. Woo! Y'all, he blessed my soul, y'all. Oh, Lord. Go
Straight
ahead.
up. Women have what men are looking for. If you, and this is a brother saying this to women, so brothers, I'm sorry, but this is my opinion. Women, make him work for it.
Preach today.
And what I mean by that is you have something that you're looking for in this man. Bring it out. Help him to be the best man that he can be. That's one thing I don't have a problem with. My wife helping me to be the best man that I can be for her and for me.
Yes.
So if women have what men are looking for, don't stop giving it to them.
Wow.
Make them work for it. And what I mean by make them work for it is have them to bring something to the table to work with.
Yes.
Because let me say this. Single women, if you're looking for the perfect guy, you will never find him.
He doesn't exist.
Because again, all of us are dealing with something.
Yes, we all have baggage.
So if he's looking for what you have, then y'all have something mutually to work toward. With that, can I ask the question to your viewers?
Absolutely. Go right ahead.
And I wrote this down.
Come on, you wrote it down.
What would it take for you to give up your singleness?
Ooh, that is a good question.
Because that's something that everybody needs to think about.
It is. Okay, Facebook, IG, let us know. Repeat the question.
What would it take for you to give up your singleness?
What would it take for you to give up your singleness? And that's something that I think is called, like, what are your requirements? What are your standards?
You have to have them.
Okay, Bethany said, my father said that to me years ago, that women have the power and many of us don't know it. Confirmation, Bethany. That's real talk.
You know, when I met my wife, I said to her, there's some things that I just won't accept.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some things that you should not just accept.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Now, if we talk about those things, get to know each other, and come to a mutual understanding, then we should be able to work those things together. But just to be with somebody, I'm not going to take just anything.
No. Because I believe that when it comes to marriage or any type of healthy relationship, you're basically teaming up with their creator, which is God, and you're basically saying, God, on your behalf, I am stepping in to help be whatever this person needs on earth on your behalf. That's just how I see it. And with that, you have their baggage, their childhood issues, you have whatever they're dealing with now, whatever their triggers are they haven't been healed from, their insecurities, their faults, their great things. And then you have to be very, very careful how you handle them, because this person may be able to do all these wonderful things for you, but don't abuse and don't use what they do for you. So when you said what you said about women having the power and we have to be able to require things, that is the truth, because that is something that I did not do at the beginning. I was just so glad. Ooh, girl, he calling me, child. What he calling on him today? We have a good time, girl. Okay, I'm gonna have pink and white wedding dresses. I'm gonna have my bouquets. I might get married, and just that's where we go. We do, because we've been taught, Disney and to be wives and Prince Charming and all that stuff. So there you have it. What'd you say? Let's see. We got some people on the line. Bethany said, I love that question. That question that you gave was, what are you willing to give up for your singleness? Mr. said, for me to give up my singleness, I need someone. You okay? You good, bro?
No, this is real talk.
What you willing to give up? Cheers.
Man,
He says, for me to give up my singleness, I need someone that is on the same level with a similar mindset to grow within ourselves and the relationship. Love, trust, faith, and RESPECT. Oh, and loyalty, he said. He said, women need to have patience with a man, and a man needs to be able to understand the woman's intuition. Don't lie, basically. That's what you're saying. Because we gonna ask you. We're asking you because we already know the answer. That was free.
Let me say this. Part of the issue is that a lot of people, mainly women, judge future relationships off of past relationships.
That's so true.
That man or those men that hurt you have nothing to do with this guy that's trying to get to know you.
No.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
And if you don't have the ability to distinguish between the two, they will continue to have failed relationships.
Yeah. You have to learn something from each one.
Even if it's you fail. Learn what areas you failed in, so that you don't repeat those areas.
And that's what I had to do. I had to understand that, you know what, it wasn't just one person in that relationship. I was in it also. There were some things I could have done better. There were some things that I could have fixed. There were some things that I should have required at the beginning. There were some things I should have spoken up about before I, had my big fallout or whatever the case may be. So we have to take accountability of our own part in that relationship and learn from that.
And honesty.
Ugh.
Did we talk about that earlier?
Jeez.
Honesty. If I'm honest with you and you can't deal with that, then you're not the one.
Come on now.
But if I'm honest with you and that says something to you, then maybe we have a shot.
Maybe we have a shot. I mean, because it doesn't,
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because if I tell you what my issues are and you tell me what your issues are and we can help each other, because they're there. Whether you want to deal with them or not, they're there.
Yeah, they are.
issues.
So this is where I want to go with you on this part. So I love quotes. So it says, stop looking for a partner. Focus on your own goals and rebuilding your life. The right person will eventually find their way to you. So that's what you've been saying, but how can someone in their singleness, because being single is a beautiful and wonderful and amazing thing because you were born single, okay? That's how you came in. So how can someone take the fullness of their singleness and actually just, don't look at it as a negative, but as a positive? Like this term, focus on your goals and rebuilding yourself, and so that when the right person comes along, they'll eventually find you while you're doing what you're doing.
The power of being single
Uh-huh.
is an advantage.
Please repeat, what, read?
We're going old school now.
Read.
Cheers.
Cheers. The power of being single is an advantage because you only have you to focus on.
That's it. It's just you.
If I'm broken,
Uh-huh.
why would God bring me somebody that's broken?
Well, it's broken too.
You know, so we gonna get together in our brokenness.
That's not cool.
And neither one of us can help either one of us.
Nobody has any glue.
Nothing.
No glue, no super glue, no crazy glue, no nothing.
Nothing plus nothing
Leaves nothing.
Leaves nothing.
Yeah,
but if I'm working on me and you working on you, maybe there's. You asked a question the other day about courting.
Yeah.
And dating.
There's a difference, right?
Sure, there's a difference.
Okay, let me hold on with that. Please
Okay.
look, write it down. Hold on to this. Hold on to this. Listen, let's get it good up in here. Okay, so Mr. said understandable. However, what about the red flags that they see in the future man? Okay, hold on to that. And then Bethany said, I need him to have patience, flexibility, and an understanding why God created a man and a woman, as well as communication. Oh yeah, that's everything.
But then let's also talk about how. Let me just tell you what happened to me the other day, y'all.
What happened to you the other day?
Same thing happened to me every day.
Try to take over the world?
Try to take over the world.
Okay.
So anyway, this one girl texted me. I reset my phone because I was getting this message not to send error messages, man.
Uh-huh.
And so she texted me saying thank you, pop the collar.
Yeah.
Pimpin'. Anyway, nah. And
Stay focused.
Cheers.
Focus.
Anyway, so and she said, "Hey love, how are you?" And we haven't really talked in a while at all.
What's a while?
2, 3, 4 weeks, a month, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
And because I didn't reset my phone, she sent me a text. I didn't recognize the phone number.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't. I was like, okay, who's this? Because I was getting, because when I was doing something for the church, I was getting a string of text messages that I didn't recognize. Like, I don't know who these people are, So anyway, and I said, who is this? Blah blah blah. And I was going, and she never responded. Later on that night, I called her, and she said, hey, and I'm like, hey. She's like, hey, this is Leah. I'm like, who's this?
Don't be dropping names for real.
Oh, whoops. I know it's 100. She don't know.
Her name is blah 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 blah.
Hey, how many Leahs are in this world?
Okay, go ahead.
How many Leahs are in this world?
Blah blah blah.
Aaliyah,
Blah.
Aaliyah,
Blas.
Blas. All right, my bad, Blas.
Okay.
Blase, Blas.
Blase blah.
So anyway, and then she just like, all right, whatever. She hung up the phone, and I haven't heard from her. So I've been trying to text her and everything. My thing is, to me, this is just how I feel, man. I shouldn't have to go through hoops because I made a mistake. It's not that big of a deal.
Well, maybe it wasn't a big deal to you.
Okay, once again, it's not that big of a deal. If I said who is this, and then like if I say who is this, and I just don't remember, and then when I was randomly doing what I do, and I just went through my Facebook and I saw her and her mom. She shout out to her mom and everything. Aaliyah, Blase, and and you know what I'm saying, and she just it was it. Oh, I'm sorry. That was it. And, my thing is this, man. I just don't feel like the person you trying to get with, you have to jump through a lot of hoops, is what I'm trying to say. I made a mistake. My bad. And I just realized, like you said, I'm being honest with you, like you just talked about. I just didn't remember you at the time. We don't talk a whole lot. Yet, I'm not getting no text message, no nothing back. Okay. I mean.
So what's your response to that in regards to that's a communication
sound like
issue?
they're on two different pages.
Basically.
Yeah. Well, we're not on the same page. We're not on the same book.
How can you say somebody you're trying to get with if y'all don't even talk?
Talk.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Communication.
the thing is, well, her father of her child moved here, so now.
Ooh, this is a lot.
Yeah. So, but but she texts me and we talk off and on. I just want to see how she's doing, whatever. But the point is, you took it so personal that I didn't recognize you. You just hung up on my face, and that's over.
Well, that's her issue, right?
Yeah, that's her.
I just don't. But that's my point.
Don't take it personally.
I don't. Bitter with the sweet, good things come to an end. Jermaine Jackson.
Don't
Hello.
take it
Personal. Take the bitter with the sweet. Hey, easy come, easy go. Hey.
Whoa.
But hey, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So basically, what I'm saying is that another thing with Sick of Mingling, you're not gonna have to go through hoops to get with this person. If you messed up and you honest about it, and and they really, like you said, if they really know you, then they won't hold that against you and keep you from moving to the next level or whatever it might be.
So that's what I had to learn to do. Like even so with being single, like if we're not connecting on the same page and we're constantly there's always a miscommunication and there's no common ground, then it's like, okay, this isn't gonna work. I can't even be your friend. So
you ever heard that saying, if it don't fit, don't force it?
Real.
Don't fit, don't
Because
force
that
it.
may not be what that is.
It's not what that is.
So
why
why you even wasting your energy
trying to explain it? Because I get it, because you want to make sure that
I want to make sure she knows
good.
exactly, and know that I wasn't trying to just force her. Because some guys try to front like, I got girls. I do it now. And like.
Well, see, that's the thing. Some people come at you and they already have a preconceived what you already are about. Yeah. So they already think in their head, okay, this person gonna like the same person. So they already have this wall up. And when I recognize that you already have a wall up and you're coming into it with armor, then you can just go ahead and walk around now. We ain't gotta go to war. I'm not here for war, especially in my own domain. If I invited you in and you're already being hostile or you already have all these pins against me, then you can go ahead and leave, because this is a peaceful area here. But of course, I had to get to that point when I started spending time with myself, and I realized what I wanted and what I will accept, what I will not accept, what I require, what I don't require. And if my standards were too high, that means you're just not the one. And it's okay. I don't think there are high standards. If you have standards, you have standards, and it's okay. If they can't, comply with them, okay.
On to the
Period.
next one.
On to the next. And that's the part that I also want to discuss. That in between time, okay, I done prayed, I fasted, I did whatever, I did my Hail Marys, my Holy Santos, I did my Palo Santo, I did my sage, whatever you do. Wow. I've done all that, and I prayed and asked for this potential mate, this soulmate, or whoever God has for me. And so, you believe it, you believe it's going to happen, yeah, I got great energy, I'm feeling great, and then that time of waiting. That silence. Nobody's calling me. Nobody's texting. There's no dates. Like I'm Aisha, what's my name? Aisha Curry. Nobody's checking for me. Nobody looking in my direction. And I'm gonna pray and ask God, what's going on? What do we do in this in between time while we're waiting? And then we are receiving maybe a few phone calls, but they're just not meeting that standard, and I'm getting impatient because maybe my standard's too high. Maybe I should recheck this list. I mean, what would you suggest for someone like that? Wait. But now I am waiting.
Okay. Then draw 9.
What do you mean draw 9?
Then you're working on you, correct?
Well, yeah.
That wasn't an emphatic yeah.
But that's the thing. I'm being honest because
no, seriously.
Well, when I'm working on me, so if I'm working on me, that means what am I doing?
Working on you does not have to be a lonely time.
It doesn't?
It doesn't.
Okay, so
drop down. Well, that's real.
Working on you don't have to be boring. No.
Okay, so how can I work on me while I'm waiting on, who I prayed and asked God to send me?
Volunteer.
Ask God how to work on you while you wait.
Ha! I'm about to pass out. Oh, somebody grab me.
Seriously.
That's
Because that's real. Why would God put you broken with someone else that's broken?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I do marriages, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I will not